So in this video, I'm going to have two parts. The first part is going to be how to ask for what you want, and the second part is explaining how to manifest in the real time by asking for what you want. So the first part is going to be how to ask for what you need. And I'm going to use some Bible verses as well as a little bit of Neville Goddard to help us to understand a bit better as to how this actually works. So let's get into it. So Daniel chapter 2 verse 9, if you do not tell me the dream, there is only one decree for you. You have conspired to speak before me false and fraudulent words, hoping the situation will change. Therefore, tell me the dream, and I will know you can give me its interpretation. So decree means to decide with authority, and its interpretation is what are you asking for? And the best and easiest way to ask for something is to be truthful. Now in Psalms chapter 119 verse 160, the entirety of your word is truth, and all your righteous judgments endure forever. The truth is a command so powerful that it is compelled to manifest when a decision has been made. And to do that, you just have to say the facts. You do not exaggerate what the problem is, and you do not make the solution extreme. So don't make the problem more than it actually is, and don't ask for more than you actually need. This is getting how to do it. This is practicing doing it. Once you know how to do this, then it'll flow and you can ask for bigger and more things as you go along, because your confidence in doing this will increase, and your understanding and connection and all of that will just start flowing a lot better and a lot quicker and easier for you. So just keep your solutions and your problems to the facts. It tells you in Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 10, you must not add or subtract from what I command you, so that you may keep the commandments of the Lord your God that I am giving you. Sticking to the facts helps you to see the truth of the problem, and then you're able to see the solutions a lot easier without having to overdo either side of it, as to say. Just stick with the facts. In Luke chapter 11 verse 19, so I tell you, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Neville Goddard also confirms this by telling us in his book, The Art of Believing. Bold assertion by you, while you are in a partly subjective state, awakens what you affirm. Self-confidence on your part and the thorough belief in the truth of your mental assertion are all that is needed to produce results. You can do this by yourself, but it is very helpful to have somebody else that you can talk to in regards to your problem and helping you to find a solution. They will be able to help you stay on track, help you to clarify things that you may not be able to see yourself. So it is best to do it with somebody else if that's possible, to help you get through it a lot easier and a lot quicker. So simply put, manifesting is like you're having a conversation to resolve a problem. You can do that with yourself, or you can do that with somebody else. And this is how I do it. I get somebody to explain briefly what's wrong. I try not to allow them to exaggerate what the problem is, and just keep it to the facts as simple as possible. And then I ask them, so what do you want? And allow them to come up with something for themselves. Otherwise, I help maybe get a little bit more specific if it's way too general, or I don't know, is a way for me to help get them to think a little bit more towards what it is they do want from what they don't want. When you're doing this, you need to be aware of what it is that you're thinking and what it is that you're saying. This is really, really important. So James chapter 1, verses 7 and 8, that man should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. So you must decide what it is that you want. And once a decision is made, it's kind of anchored, the command that you've asked for, what you've asked for. You've commanded that this is what I want, and that's it. Nothing's going to happen until you make the decision. To be in doubt or fear or anything with it, you need a clear answer is what you actually need to anchor it, to ask for what you want. It is best to be open and receptive to what it is that you want. This helps to create that sensation of abundance, of connection, and the feeling of it's going to happen. What helps it to be stronger? Now in James chapter 1 verse 6, but he must ask in faith without doubting, because he who asks is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. So a wave of the sea is actually about your emotions, being overwhelmed with your emotions, drowning in your emotions, that kind of thing in regards to the wave of the sea. So your emotions are getting tossed back and forth, and you can't control them. And the ocean is so deep, so your emotions can go really deep as well. And blown and tossed by the wind is actually your thoughts. So when you're indecisive, you can't make up your mind, and you're going back and forth, that is being in doubt. That is doubt as to, I want this, but I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'd like it to, if it's possible. So you can't have your mindset like that. So if you think about, if the wind is calm, then so is the sea. So how you're feeling also calms down, because your mind is calming your emotions down. And the decision that you make, if it feels right and you know that it's right for you, then that will come together and that will help you to stay calm. So to do this is to keep it simple. You can be specific, but broad is better. And doing this will also help you to regulate your thoughts and your feelings, so you're not overwhelmed. And being specific is really not necessary. There's a lot of things that I've been able to manifest on quite a broad scale, but the specifics is more of, let's just say, a home. I need to move to a new house. You do not necessarily need to go into the details of needs to be a 4-bedroom or things like that. You can do that if you wish to, but the specific, I guess, side of it is actually a house. And then the area can be included if you wish to, but not necessary if you don't want it to, because then you'll have to look in those, you'll be looking in those areas as well. So in doing this, just remember to do not exaggerate the problem and don't be extreme in what the solution would be to fix it. This is just to help you get started on learning how to make a decision, learning to be more decisive on how you ask for what it is that you want. And the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. There is something in regards to mantras that people use, or if you keep asking for what it is that you want, it's not necessary or even a requirement to continuously say mantras or to repeatedly talk about or ask for what you want to manifest. Matthew chapter 6 verse 7 tells us, and praying not to use vain repetitions like the pagans, for they think in their many words they will be heard. Repeating what is desired is proof that there is no trust or faith that it will happen. So you don't need to repeat or be repetitive in that. You're trying to convince yourself that this is what you want, this is going to happen. So the truth out of all of it is the only thing that is the requirement to asking for what you want. Be truthful. Be simple. You don't have to go extreme. You can work your way up to bigger and better. But for now, if you are just starting out or you're still trying to practice, keep it simple, keep it truthful. Must be truthful, because if you're not being truthful, then you're sort of like, yeah, right, I don't believe that. And you're right, it's not going to happen because you don't believe it. So keep it simple, keep it truthful. A nice way of looking at it for me is knowing that God already knows what is troubling you. He listens and hears every thought and every conversation. But what he's not actually hearing from you is, what do you want? What do you need right now? And how can he help? By telling him what it is that you need now. So hopefully you understood that, and we'll move on to the second part now, is how to manifest in real time. And what does it mean to manifest in real time? So in James chapter 1, verse 22, be doers of the word and not hearers only. Otherwise, you are deceiving yourselves. If there is a problem, fix the problem if it's possible. If not, you can ask for a solution. And if you know what the solution is, that would be helpful as well, to decide what that is that needs to be fixed. To manifest in real time, it's more about making the decision what it is that you want. Without that decision, things don't change. And you need to figure out what it is that will be helpful for that solution, what's going to fix it, and make that decision that, yes, that is what I want, that is what will fix it. Psalms chapter 33, verse 9, for he spoke and it came to be. He commanded and it stood firm. So this is when you practice what you've learnt, to make a decision of what it is that you want and not change your mind. So a decision itself is an action in the mind, in the heart, and then you speak it. So that is actually an action as well. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24, therefore everyone who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house upon the rock. You are now building a new foundation of understanding, and the only way to see if it's true or even if it works is to do it. And to do it is to do it any time that you need it, and even for anything. So practice doing this part as well. So in Neville's book, Seed Time and Harvest, he tells us the rules governing the game of life are simple, but it takes a lifetime of practice to use them wisely. So if you look at it, this video itself is a manifestation that you've been asking for. You have been wanting to know how to manifest so you can do it for yourself. Now, your desire was to actually understand how to do this. So let me clarify. To understand, not specifically how to do it, but to understand how, to comprehend. And now you've manifested what it is that you've asked for. So what I mean by that is that you've now received this video explaining to you how to manifest faster, how to ask for what you want faster. And this is an explanation of what that is like. It's more important for you to actually understand before you can actually do it. If you are getting it back and forth and you're being confused or undecided or anything like that, that's not, you have not picked up how this actually works first. And I'm hoping that this video will help you get more clearer or give you better understanding on what you must do to do that. So the more you practice on any of this that I tell you, the better you're going to become at it. So just remember, God already knows what's troubling you. He listens and hears every thought and every conversation. But what he wants to know is, what do you need right now? What can he get for you? What can he do for you? And that is what he's waiting for, you to make a decision on what it is that you actually want. Keep it simple. Don't exaggerate the problem and don't be too extreme on what it is that you want to manifest. So I hope this video of how to manifest in real time has helped give you a little bit more clarity on how to actually do it. I have a couple of other videos on other things in regards to manifestation. I do this for people all the time, and when I'm manifesting, my conversations are just very general. I'm just having conversations to help people solve problems, and I'm manifesting as I'm doing it. When you practice and you become more at ease in having these kinds of conversations with people, you're connecting very quickly, you're in alignment, you've got it all there, and then it just all flows. Most conversations that I can have to help someone manifest can take no more than 10 minutes sometimes, if that. And just practice is what is really required to do this. So don't take my word for it, just try it for yourself. Each time that you're wanting to manifest something in real time, just practice. And let me know how you go. I hope that you find this helpful, and thanks for watching.